Did you know that letters E, A, R in English don't always sound the same? So here we are to check the different sounds of E, A, R in English language. And by the end of this video, there is a surprise for all of you. So stay tuned to learn the correct pronunciation, the different ways in which we can teach this sound to our children, and to enjoy the surprise that is there, which you will see towards the end of the video. So welcome to my channel, Get Set Go Classes. This is Ramanpreet, an earlier educator, and let's get started. So I would like to share my whiteboard with all of you. Let's check out different sounds which these letters together can say. E, A, R. So the first sound which they can say is ear. The second sound which they can say is air. The third sound which EAR can say is Let's check out with the words. If I write down a word here, h and ear. So you are going to read it as hear. Did you hear me? And if I write down the word p and EAR, air. So this word is going to be read as pear and not pear. So that's the second pronunciation. And if I write down this word, then it's earn. So this is the third sound which EAR can say. So these are different sounds which EAR can say together: ear, air, and Before we go ahead, I would like to talk about American and British accent over here. So you will always find variations in accents. So if I talk about British accent, so there they do not pronounce the sound of R at all. So like if I want to say the word here, here if you say that R softly, okay, so then it's American accent. But if you say here, so that's going to be British accent. So which I will be mostly talking about American accent here in this video, so we'll be using that accent. So here, pair, and earn. All right, so let's check some more words over here. Near, tear, dear, beard, rear. Read with me, all of you. Ear, gear, smear. And a few words in AIR, air sound. So pear, then you have bear, then you have swear, and then you have tear. Right? Now, if I say this word tear, and if I say tear, you have different meanings. So this is tear. Tear, the ones when you cry, okay, those are tears. And this tear means when you rip a ripped paper. Tear, don't tear the paper. Okay, so that's how the spellings are same, but the sounds are different and the meaning of the word is also different. Then if you talk about the words with UR, you have on, you have learn, we have the word like earth, the planet, pearl, earl, surge. Okay, now if you see, you must have seen heard me reading these words. So here, near, pair, bear, swear. So this is the difference in earn, So we also call them R control sounds. Like there are other sounds also AR, like R and all those AR, IR, ER, UR. But yes, here also we call them R controlled sounds because R is controlling the sounds of the vowels before it. Okay, and we never say the sound of R very harshly or very hardly in these words. We never read these words as here, near, tear. So it's here, near, tear, like that. Now, the point is that how do we teach our students these? So basically, always follow LSRW approach. Now, English is a language which confuses many of us as elders, as kids. So, but the basic thing is that if you are making your children, students aware of these words, and if they're listening these words, if they're speaking these words, then we expect them to read these words correctly, and then we expect them to write these words correctly. So you can, day one, you can introduce these words first, ear words. Day two, you can introduce air words and then words. Okay. And if you see, you must be noticing that these are luckily the only we have handful words with air sound. So they just need to remember 4 5 words are with air sound, and rest if they see EAR, either it is or either it is ear, and this one is the most common sound, so they can go with this sound first. So that's the tip number one, that you can tell your children that you can go with ear sound first. If that does not sound correct to you, you try with and the least common is air, so then that can be tried at the end. And the second tip is we can make them write some funny, silly sentences. Okay, make funny sentences, or if not funny, encourage them to speak sentences first. Like, for instance, if I give them the word ear and hear, so they can simply write down a sentence like, I can hear with my ear. So this is how at least they will start speaking, and then probably writing of some sentences can also be added, that whatever sentences you spoke, now you try and write those sentences. Okay. Then we have the other sounds, like we have more words. So if you want to make sentence with bear, and maybe you can give the word pear. So the bear eats a pair. So this is how they can come up with sentences, encourage them to speak as much sentences as possible, and then encourage them to write those sentences, right? So this is how the words they are going to use them in their daily practice, and they'll become familiar with the words, and they'll read them correctly, and they will write them correctly. Now the third tip is tip number 3, is where you can make it very easy for them. You can give them some handful word that you've already done the introduction part. You can draw an ear over here. Okay. And then you can draw the air probably. Okay. So air. And here you can draw a girl. So we use that word her for the girls, right? So it has sound. So we can tell them that these are the 3 sounds through visuals. So this first one is ear. This is air. And this is So basically, because for her, we use that sound. Okay. Her. So ear, air, and her. Now you give them the words below. You can mix up some words like, write down some words here. For example, you wrote words like swear, beard, gear, and you wrote word like search. Now you tell them, like, read these words, and these visuals are going to help them that to understand that whether this word swear, is it swear, is it swear? So it's an air word. Swear is an air word. Beard is an ear word. So they are going to write it here. Beard. Gear, ear. This is also an ear word. And search, I hear so her. This is word. So they are going to write it over here. So categorize this, and you can also make some beautiful flashcards where you can have them read these words on regular basis. And now the surprise part that I was telling you, that I have got something very nice for all of you. So let me show that to you now, and you all can download that resource from the description of this video. And just let me show it to you first. EAR worksheets PDFs. So I've created some beautiful PDFs for all of you, where here, right? So this is worksheet number 1, where after the introduction of the sounds, this is how the sound is also highlighted. where you will tell children to read and match. So ear, bear, earth, tear. Oh, sorry, this is tear basically. Then fear and clear. Okay, now here, this is the worksheet number 2. So we move from easy to little complex. So this is now here they have to, what they have to do? They have to read the word correctly and sound the correct sound that they hear. So fear, is it air, or ear? What sound is it? How do you read the word? So you can even add more words. You can even prepare more, you can add, these are 5 words over here only, but yes, of course. So this is the third worksheet. Now you will see the level of worksheets increases. So I have given a word bank here: pearl, earring, near, beard, wear. So his dash has grown so big. Find out the word. His pearl, his earring, near, beard. So they are going to read and write. So this is the best practice that we can do. Now this one is the one which I just showed you, my favorite worksheet. Choose the correct EAR word from the word bank and write in space provided. So I've given the visual of ear, air, and her. So ear, air, and in her, they can easily find out that sound. So search, gear, learn, fear, ear, rear, peer, yearn, near, dear, smear, early, appear. So I've added much more vocabulary here. So these worksheets link you will find in the description. You can download them, but yes, you have to comment first under the video. Once you comment, only then the drive permissions will open for you. So just go, click on the link, subscribe to the channel for more such worksheets, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.